going to show you how to do the calculator program. Remember this problem we did in class yesterday, the loan problem? I'm going to show you how to do that in the calculator program. So if you will, get your calculator out so you can follow along. Okay, first you're going to go to PRGM, which is program. No, I'm wrong. You're going to go to apps. And you're going to go to finance. And you're going to go to TBM solver. Apps, finance, TBM solver. It should be built into your calculator. If it's not, I can always add it. Although I don't think I've ever seen a calculator without it. But if it is built in, it doesn't delete if your memory gets wiped. It's just built in. Those of you going into an accounting, finance, marketing, economics, business field, one of those 5 things, you're going to need a calculator that does this, and they will tell you to buy a finance calculator, which you can do. They are cheaper than a TI-84. They're about $30 or $40 or something. But if you already happen to own a TI-84, you can use this program, and they may or may not know that. All right, so I want to do the home purchase. Remember, it was a $200,000 loan. That's what we're doing. N is the number of payment periods, just like it is in the formula. And so, how many payment periods, if I'm doing a 30-year loan, what am I typing for N? 360, or you can't even type 30 times 12. Whoops, yeah. And your calculator will do the math for you, so you can even type 30 times 12 right there. It works great. For I, that's the interest rate as a percent, annual interest rate as a percent, not as a decimal. So that's a little quirky about the calculator program. So what was this one, 8%? Is it 8%? Is that what it was? Let's look. Yes. So I'm going to type an 8. Very different from the formula. Remember, I in the formula is 0.08 divided by 12. So be careful about that. This is a different I than in the formula here. It's just 8. The present value is the amount of the loan. It's how much the loan is right now. So $200,000. One weird thing about the program, something a little quirky, is anytime you're getting money, it's positive. Anytime money's leaving your hands, the program's going to pop it out as negative. So I am getting $200,000 in a loan, so it's a positive value. But that's a little quirky about the program. The reason it has that quirk is because it deals with both present and future value. On a loan, I want the future value to be 0. Why do I want the future value to be 0? I want to pay it off in 30 years, right? I want the future value of that loan to be 0. The P/Y and the C/Y need to stay at 12 almost always. That's payments per year and compounding per year. Typically, those are always the same. PMT is payment. I skipped it because, why did I skip it? That's what I want to find, right? So I'm going to kind of skip what I'm looking for. And then, how the program works, you go hover over the one you're looking for. So PMT is what I want to know. And you push alpha enter. If you notice, alpha enter says solve. So you are solving for the payment. It does give you a negative because I have to, money leaves my hand, right? I have to make payments of $14.60. Is that the same number we got yesterday? By hand in the notes? You might check. It is. So that's how the calculator program works. It works both the present value and future value formulas. Any questions about how I did that? So go sit on payment and push alpha enter. And it'll give you the payment value.
What's the end and begin?
The what?
The end and begin.
You always leave it on end. You put 0% for your I. It needs to be 8.
Oh. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else have a question about this so far? Okay, I also want to do a future value one just to show you how that works. So this is how any loan works. You put the loan amount in present value. Now, could I solve for other things?
Yeah.
So say I want to pay it off in 15 years. I could go find out what my payment would be in 15 years, right, to get it paid off sooner. So you can do things a lot faster with the program. You can just make changes. You can change see what an interest rate change would do to you. Right now, interest rates aren't at 8%. They're closer to 4 or 5%. So you could go find out what that would do to your payment. On a 15-year fixed, it would cause your payment to only be $15.81, which is the same as a 30-year fixed at 8%. Whoa, right? That's a big deal. So you can play with all that stuff and figure out what changes in things would do to your loan amount. Any questions about that? Okay, let's do a future value. Say we are saving for retirement. Say 40 years from now, so 40 times 12. And let's go with an 8% return on our money. That's on average what the stock market will do, is about an 8% return. You can put a present value of 0, or you can put a present value, maybe you have $1,000 to put in right now. Now, I am going to do negative $1,000. Why would I do that? I'm paying it into the account. It's leaving my hand. The payments, say I can put in $100 a month or $200 a month, whatever you think you can put in. Again, make that a negative value. What I want to know is, what is the future value going to be? And so you can push alpha enter on future value. And if you put $1,000 in to begin with, and then $100 every month for 40 years, how many of you, even at the jobs you have now, if you have a job, could feasibly see $100 a month in savings? It's possible, right? That's not excessive. You'd have $722,000 in 40 years. Pretty impressive. Now, you may ask, well, how much did I actually pay in? What did I say, $100? Is that what I did? I made,
200.
oh, did I do 200? $200 times, I didn't or did, or?
You did 200.
Okay. So say I made $200 payments for 40 years for every 12 months. Plus I started with $1,000. I actually paid in $97,000, right? How much did I have? $722,000.
That's at 8% interest.
It is at 8% interest, which is the average stock market gain. So, reasonable. So you can have $700,000 to retire on just by saving $100 a month, if you start 40 years before you retire. However, if you wait to start until you're older, what do you lose on that?
A lot of money.
A lot of money, because you lose the power of that interest, that exponential curve that you're getting on interest. The younger you start, the more you'll make. And so even small amounts you can put in retirement at young ages makes a big difference in your retirement account. Where waiting till you get older, you have to put a lot in to get enough in retirement to make it in retirement. So, interesting information. How many of you would like to be a millionaire someday? So how could we do that? Could we figure that out? So I want to be a millionaire, right? I want my future value of my investment to be $1 million.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does that look right? Is that $1 million?
Yeah.
You can go figure out how much you'd have to pay in per month to become a millionaire. $279 a month. Not too terrible. Or if you changed, maybe you got $2,000 now. So you only need 272. So you could play with numbers and see what changes where, and it's pretty cool. Okay, any questions about this program, how it works? So it combines both formulas into one. You are welcome to use it. Be careful with it, though. It's got some quirks. You all agree with that? The positives, negatives, the weird issues. So if that stuff confuses you, stick with the formula. But otherwise, you are welcome to use this and play around with it. It's got some cool things that it does. Any questions? All right. Your homework for today is to work on the 5.3b or chapter 5b review, or whatever that says at the top. That is a review for your quiz tomorrow. We're going to grade at the beginning of class. We're going to take a quiz in class tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to give you the chapter 5 review for the test. It has a few more things on it about the same thing, but pretty much I am making you practice these problem types. Monday and Tuesday we'll start reviewing. Wednesday we will take a pre-test. It's been a while since we took one of those. Those of you who are new in here, is that only you, Skylar? Is that anyone else? Okay, a pre-test is a test before the test. It's only a homework grade, but it kind of gives you an idea of what the test looks like. We take it the day before, we do a homework grade on it, and then the following 2 days will be the actual test. So next Thursday, Friday is your actual test over the complete chapter 5. So we split it into 2 parts. Tomorrow we're going to just quiz over the second part, and then the end of the week, next week, we will test over the entire chapter. Okay? You have all day in class, for the rest of the day anyway, to work on that review. Some of you probably already started, which was very smart. If you're going to be gone with beta tomorrow, get the chapter 5 review today so that you can start working on that. Okay?